Happy Sunday Fun Day. Happy NFL Sunday. If your team is playing the early game, I hope they're winning. My team seems to be struggling a little bit against the Panthers. Last time I checked the score, it was like 28-24 Rams. With about 9 minutes left to play, I'm not sure why they're struggling with such a mediocre 6-6 team like the Panthers, but here we are. You know how it goes. Whiskey Phoenix coming to you today with a daily bourbon review. Now, I want to say I do believe this is available. I went on the website and I could click buy now, but I'm not exactly sure because I can't get very much details if it's the exact bottle that I'm getting ready to review right now. But what I have for you today is the Penelope Toasted series, finished in honey. This is a straight rye whiskey. This was batch 23-303. And when I was on Penelope's website, they have it, but it doesn't tell me anything other than it's toasted rye, finished in honey, like this bottle says. This comes in 100 proof, a char number 1, aged for 5 years. And this is a 100% rye mash bill. Again, I love Penelope's bottles as much as I love Bardstown bottles. So I'm not sure, Bourbon family. You know, if you want to try it with the honey finish, like I said, Penelope does have it available on their website. They have it listed on their website at $80. I got this at the what's supposed to be the correct MSRP of $70. I managed to pick it up back in end of July, I believe it was, and I got it for the MSRP of $70 from Uncorked over there in Covington, Kentucky. Probably my second favorite place to stop and get bourbon. A lot of times I'll scoot over there when I'm down at the party stores because they're only like 8 minutes away from each other. So it's like, why not? That's how I got lucky and got a hold of the Heaven's Door Gallenstein pick that I did a review on a few weeks ago. I was at the party source looking for something else, and I decided to go over to Uncorked and see what they had. So a little bit of research on this. A lot of people are saying that it's a strong rye that has a complex flavor, I should say complex flavor profile that balances rice bite with a sweet and dessert-like notes from the toasted barrel finish. Again, I think, yeah, char number 1. So it's not a heavy char barrel. They do say that it's best for people who enjoy robust, flavorful ryes and can handle a little bit of heat. So let's see if I think there's any heat to it. Right off the bat, hit with vanilla and honey. I don't remember getting that the first time I tried this, but I think there's actually a hint of like lemon peel in this. I'm getting a little bit of caramel that's starting to come through as well. Trying to see, I don't have the best light in this room. I really got to figure out it somewhere else to do this, but I would say that this is, it's got like a honey color to it, which I guess works, right? Since it's a honey finish. All right, let's get this first sip out of the way. I'm seeing some decent fingers on this, but once we get another sip, hopefully we'll be able to see more. beautiful fingers on this, honestly. Really taking their time coming down. The mouthfeel for me right away is kind of like, there's a little bit of heat and spice to it. Not much. That kind of gives way to some cinnamon. You know, I'm gonna hold out and hope that I can get some mint on this one. And that may not be possible since it was done in a toasted barrel. That vanilla and caramel that was on the nose, it's there in the palate. You know, honestly, this is kind of like coating my palate, honestly. What's so interesting about this is I'm not getting a lot of honey from it, even though it was, you know, it's a honey finish, so to speak. I'm getting more vanilla, caramel. Like I said, that cinnamon. Maybe a hint of clove even. The rice spice is there. I don't think it's a powerful rice spice. I don't have that tingling on the side of my tongue that I can get sometimes from rice spices. There's something else here besides what I've listed already. The more I sip on this, that hint of mint is really trying to push its way through. And I think that's what I was like, oh, there's something else here. But it's really trying, that mint is trying to push its way through a little bit, not a lot. But it's definitely trying to get there. I have a feeling if I drop some water in this, that might open up the mint a little bit more. But then again, it might not. You know, I haven't tried this one with the water in it. A lot of the times I don't put water in the Penelopes because they're so flavorful to me anyway. You know, I do think that this, I think some of the reviewers are correct when they say it's a bit of a complex flavor profile just because there's so much going on for me personally. Like I said, it starts off, you know, with a little bit of heat, a little bit of spicy, the cinnamon, vanilla, caramel, that hint of mint, some clove. So, you know, fairly complex if you think about it. The finish is definitely lingering. The spice kind of stays with you. Again, it's not overly spicy. My tongue's not burning. It's not on fire, but the lingering spice is continuing where that's concerned. There's a slight sweetness in the finish as well. And more than anything, I think what's staying with me as far as a flavor profile goes is almost like a toasted marshmallow and like caramel. So not a lot of flavors going on the finish that stay with you. So it which is wild because it's you know, so complex and flavorful on the palate, but then the finish just kind of gives way to, you know, a little bit of spice, lingering sweetness, you know, with maybe some toasted marshmallow and, you know, some vanilla or caramel. So yeah, there you have it. Penelope straight rye whiskey from their toasted series. Again, this is finished in honey. I really enjoyed this one. But again, you know, I'm hard pressed to find things that I don't like out of Penelope. In all honesty, I haven't found anything I don't like from Penelope yet this year. But I haven't tried every single Penelope that's out there either. So I can only go by what I've been able to try. Overall, I give this a solid 9 out of 10. Will it end up in my top 10 bourbons of the year? Maybe. I've finally got all my notes together and everything, so I'm really going to have to, I know it's going to take me some time because there were so many that I just loved, but I really need to go back through and reevaluate and you know, out of the 25 or whatever it is that I've identified that I loved, like what are really, you know, what were really the ones that I was just like absolutely in love with. So there you have it, Bourbon family, for your daily review today. Again, I hope your team wins. Don't forget, in my bio, there's all the information you need for the Hang Light gummies. I will drop the link from Penelope's website for the toasted that they have on there with the honey finish. Again, I don't know if it's the same batch 23-303 or not. It doesn't say specifically, but you know, if you want to go and buy it and check it out, they've only got it listed at you know, $80, where I got mine for $70. But enjoy the rest of this Sunday fun day. As always, please drink responsibly, and I'll see you in the next one.